everybody, Kimberly here with the board game bundle video that you hopefully are anticipating because I wanted to share with you the games that I am culling from my game collection just because I have run out of space. And if you've seen my videos, you know that sometimes the games go all the way to the top, meaning the ceiling. And so we're just running out of space, and these are really good games. These are either duplicates or shrinked games we've played through because they are a campaign and we're done with the campaign, but it's still shareable. Just lovely games that maybe we're not playing because there's another game that does it equally well and we can only have one copy. So these are all really, really great games of a variety, and I want to share them with you, and I want to give you the opportunity to give them a new home. So that's the board game bundle ethos, that's the idea behind this, and that's why I am trying to share these with you. But I also know that shipping is prohibitive. I have researched it. And that's why I am also including shipping with these board game bundles. So the cost to you is just a straight cost. You don't have to add a single penny to it. You just tell me you want a bundle, and then you're gonna get that bundle. So it is also first come, first served. More about that at the end so that you know all the details. You can also check in the description below for some of those details so that you can double check everything and you can see if a bundle has been sold yet. So these bundles range between 1 game, 2 games, and 3 games in a bundle. And I'm just going to simply go through these bundle packages and kind of briefly explain what the game is, why it's super fun, and maybe why it's also leaving my collection. And so from here on out, you're just going to get all those board game bundles, and they're going to be numbered in the description below. Alright, this is my Llama bundle. Yep, you guessed it, there's llamas in both of these games, not just in the title, but inside the game itself. You've got these little llama meeples in Llama Land, which is designed by Phil Walker Harding. Really, really good favorite here in the household. I really like him. And in this one, it's a puzzly feature with this 3D nature of tile stacking. And then in the key, Sabotage at Lucky Llama Land, you've got this really cool real-time fast-paced deduction. And there are multiple puzzles in here, but once you've played them, you've played them. And that's why this is part of my Llama bundle. Perfect for family game night. Each of these games is about 30 minutes long. The first one over here is Timeline Challenge, which if you recognize the Timeline name, yes, that is the game where you have these cute little cards that you have to order in history, in time. And the challenge makes it more of a board game, more of an event than simply just ordering those timeline events in history. And Sheepy Time has a wonderful mechanic that I am a super big fan of. It's a rondelle, and it's kind of like counting sheep and trying to hopefully not get caught in the middle of the night with some really cool individual activations with these super cool actions. 2 games that will transport you at game night are Takenoko and Sonora. Now in Takenoko, you have the cutest panda bear. Now I have 2 copies of this game, that's why one of them's going out to you. I love Takenoko. And you build these 3D bamboos in this hex tile configuration, and it's just the cutest game you've ever had. Hopefully you will get this one, along with Sonora, which is a totally unique flick and write. It has a dry erase board, and you have quadrants in which you are trying to maximize those flicks on a board that's central to every player. Super cool. A couple years back, right when I started my channel, I invested in Magic Puzzle Company, and this was the first volume of their Magic Puzzles. This is the Happy Isles and the Sunny City, and they do something I've never seen puzzles do before. And I love them, and I played it, and I think there were 2 or 3 other family members that played it too. And now I don't have a home for them. I've played them, and I want you to have them. But they are the coolest puzzle, dust-free, 1,000-piece. I mean, you're just going to have a blast with these 2 puzzles from Magic Puzzle Company. This bundle is perfect for those who want to take an adventure. So in Mistfall, you've got this pretty hearty adventure. This is your fantasy, just indulgent. It's just full immersive. You are battling monsters, and there are multiple quests inside here that you can go on after playing that initial base game. And in Templar, the secret treasures, players are trying to hide their treasures and hopefully end the game with the most remaining treasures that players haven't found. It is a super fun, juicy, kind of figure out your fellow players game. This bundle is this game right here, but don't be deceived, there is an expansion in there. It is the Monster Box of Monsters expansion as part of Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. This is a cooperative card game, and players will work together to defeat those legendary, iconic Harry Potter villains. I played through the whole thing, and now it's your chance to. I hope you're ready for a 2-player strategy game that takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play, because confusion, espionage, and deception in the Cold War is perfect for you. There's so much really juicy play-by-play in this, right? So your tactics, but then you have to have your overall strategy, and boy is there some figure-me-outs in the deduction in this game, and it's got a wonderful theme, so maybe confusion is perfect for you and your favorite game player. Battlestar Galactica, the board game, is just a wonderful semi-cooperative game where players don't know exactly who is on whose team. And there's this really fascinating play with politics and with warfare and battle, and there might even be a Cylon in your mix even after you've thought nobody could be a Cylon. But wait till the second half of the game. Again, Battlestar Galactica, really fun semi-cooperative if that is your gaming style. If you're up for a fun, chaotic night that's still just packed with theme, Colt Express and Snowtails is perfect for you, because both of these games have programming as part of it. And so you're programming your cards in Colt Express to jump around on this train car trying to shoot people on the top of the train car or rob certain things and getting gems and cool money. And in Snowtails, yes, you are racing in this game, and you're essentially programming your sled dogs to kind of pull you a little bit faster to the right or faster to the left. Loads of fun for a great, great family game night. And here's the nature bundle. I've got here the deluxe edition of Oceans. Yes, it's still shrinked. I have my own copy of Oceans along with the brand new solo expansion and the legendary creatures. I love it, and I want you to love Oceans as much as it really kind of just revitalized Oceans for me. It's this wonderful building of player species of different kinds of features and characteristics. And then Niagara is this kind of press your luck. You're paddling your canoe down the Niagara River trying to gather as many gems as possible. And of course, those juicy gems are right at the edge of the waterfall, and so you risk going right over the edge to get what you want. Lovely, lovely games for your game night. I hope you're looking for an RPG board game, because Destinies is that game for you. Not only do you have Destinies, the base game, which is needed for this, which is Sea of Sand, the expansion for even more story-like adventures, you are going to love this dice game with the card collection, characterization, just lovely RPG features, and one person at the table is going to win. This is a 2 to 3 player, specifically 2 to 3 player RPG board game that will immerse you in a 2.5 hour story world. These are the heavy games. If you want to play a game all night long with your friends, you've got 2 and 3 to 5 players. It's going to be 3 hours, and you're going to dive into a super thematic world. In Argent, the Consortium, you are a magician, and there are all these different locations you can go to essentially gather all of these magic spells and abilities. And then in Android, this is kind of like that, like cyberpunk, post-apocalyptic. You've got this location that's just so surreal, and you are investigating a mystery. There's been this murder spree, and you are detectives trying to figure it out. And of course, the most successful magician and detective are gonna win these juicy, heavy games. Ready for a cooperative adventure? Time Stories is perfect for you. This will take you back in time into these really, really juicy stories. You've got 4 separate games here under the mask It's a whole game with the base game, Expedition Endurance, A Prophecy of Dragons, the Marcy case. You are playing an agent trying to discover something that happened, and you may not be able to get it done in time, so you're going to go back and relive it, but with all that intel and information from the first time through. It is a nail-biter and just loads of fun for you and your friends in a cooperative time story adventure. This is the vacation bundle. We've got Santa Monica right here along with Trekking the World. So if you want to go to a beach, Santa Monica's perfect. You're going to have this really interesting card rows that you build of the beachfront and the storefronts that your figures move around on trying to activate and earn the most business. And in Trekking the World, you're essentially navigating this entire world map, going to locations, and essentially seeing all of these really cool features and landmarks. Loads of fun for a really, really cool vacation night. Want to take an adventure with your family and friends? Perfect for family fantasy game night. I played through both of these game series. They are essentially campaigns that you play, and you get to be a hero. And your hero can be super cool and fun and interesting. Everybody gets their own unique flair, and you just go on these challenges together, but don't feel like you're going to be bogged down all night because these are of lighter fare, and you will just have a fun time, 30 minutes to an hour with Talisman Legendary Tales, and Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Begins. Maybe you need a little bit of conflict in your life. Well, these two games right here are going to offer it to you in spades. Cry Havoc is this card-driven, asymmetrical attack game where players are essentially trying to have area control, but they get to do it in a very unique way. And so there are different options that you have for that control, and there are tons of these miniatures in here that makes for a wonderful, really intense battle game amongst players. And then in Junta, the game of power, intrigue, money, and revolution, you can see how built into this is bribery, influence, intrigue, and then assassinations. So here you've got this 2 to 7 player, really, really just complex, wonderful game of intrigue and conflict. Maybe it's a little bit of culture you're looking for. You're going to find it in The Phantom of the Opera in French and Seven Wonders. So in Phantom of the Opera, you have 2 players, and you are trying to, hopefully, well, one side is trying to figure out a mystery and the other side is trying to keep it from them. And it's this really wonderful board where you're trying to hide secrets and people and motives and information. Really, really cool game. And then Seven Wonders, you have 3 to 7 players, and you're essentially playing with the people to your right and left, building up these wonders and creating just a lovely, full, rich civilization. So these are your culture civilization games. This is my abstract bundle, and so if you are up for a 2-player and a 2 to 4 player game that's going to twist your mind a little, you are going to be up for Pentago and Control. So in Control, you have a 3D block figure that you are continually building with more and more and more blocks of your color that hopefully show when you look at it from multiple perspectives. And in Pentago, you're adding these colored marbles and twisting the board to make sure that you can fit what you want showing and not what your opponent wants showing. Maybe a little bit too mind twisty for me. This is my microscopic bundle. Here you've got Cytosis, a cell biology game, and Viral, both of which are 60 to 90 minutes to play. Now Cytosis, yeah, this is shrinked because we got 2 copies of it. So this is brand spanking new and is a very clever worker placement in which players are trying to explore that cell biology that you've got here. Really, really cool. Nice card combinations and card collection as well. And then Viral is all about secretly mutating parts of the body and hoping that you do the best job of doing it. Looking for that cooperative narrative adventure? You are going to find it in the Adventures of Robin Hood and Legacy of Dragonholt. Both of these games are just so fun and immersive, and it takes place over several games, and so you get to stay and have the choices that you make essentially affect the choices in the future and the story that you get. In Robinhood, there's a huge board that continually changes with the locations, and you actually move around with pieces that will tell you how far to actually go around rocks and trees. Super fun. And in Legacy of Dragonholt, you just keep uncovering all these different quests and you kind of have town adventures, much like you do in an RPG. All this green can only mean one thing: freedom and freeze. I've got finished, all shrinked, again, just a duplicate. This is a solo game for half an hour and you are trying to reorder your cards before you run out of sweets and coffee. And in Fabled Fruits, this game continually morphs as you add new cards into the deck and you play over and over and over again, but it's really, really cool how you play those fruit cards to get those juices. And then lastly, Black Friday is that 1 hour strategy game that's all about the stock market and is for 2 to 5 players. These are the classic Gateway Games bundle because, I hardly even have to say Ticket to Ride and Splendor need no introduction, but these are both duplicates. I have these copies. I'm not getting rid of either of my copies. I just have spares. Ticket to Ride is a super, super easy to get into train game that asks you to collect cards and then build routes. And then Splendor asks you to build up an engine of gems. And if you reach a certain level of gems, you trigger the end of the game, and hopefully you're the winner. Queen Games makes the best family games, and I've got 2 great ones here, one shorter, one longer. In Buccaneer, players have these pirate discs that they are sending out to ships in order to loot the booty. Really fun 30-minute game. And then Cable Car has this tile laying mechanic where players are sending these trains that are associated with a stock from one entrance to an exit. And there is a stock element to this that makes it just a little bit more complex than those entry-level games. This is a small game bundle extravaganza. I'm not going to describe any of these, but I want you to know what's in there. You've got Jaipur, Dig Down Dwarf, Targi, Crypt, Age of Civilization, Lost Cities, Roll and Write, Fuse, Welcome to, and Tome, which is shrinked, that comes with the expansion pack for the Gold Codex. This all comes in one bundle for you. All right, here's another Small Games Extravaganza bundle. School of Sorcery, Are You the Traitor? We didn't playtest this at all. Con of Cons, 10-Minute Heist, Bang the Duel, Capo de Copy, Spy, The Castles of Burgundy, the card game. That's a duplicate. Blank, Dungeon Mayhem by D&D, and then Let's Dig for Treasure, the game. All of this in one box bundle. All right, everybody, those are all the board game bundles at this time that I'm going to part with, that I'm excited are going to find a new home, and again, it might be your home. So how do you do it? All I need you to do is write me an email at tabletoptolson@gmail.com. And I'm going to be able to have timestamps, essentially, of those who send me their wishes for a particular bundle. Now, what I'm going to do is I will write you back if you say you're the first person to come and you say I want bundle 4. Then I'm going to write you back and give you essentially 24 hours to make a PayPal transaction. Once that happens, those games are off to you, and I close the order on that particular bundle, updating the description in the YouTube video page. And so if you don't respond within 24 hours after saying you'd like that, then I'm going to move on to the second person in line. And so that's how it's going to work, and I will say that I'm going to try to be as timely and as strict as I can with that to make sure that anybody who really wants a bundle is going to get the bundle that they want. But it is going to be first come, first served. So that's the first thing, and that's how you do it, by writing me and saying I want this bundle, and then we'll just do a PayPal transaction. Super easy. Now, the next thing is you've got to be within the contiguous US. I'm not going to be sending outside of the United States, again, because shipping costs are so prohibitive, but I will be sending within the, 48 states, Idaho, to your state, wherever you live. So make sure that you do offer me an address that gets you the game within the United States. All of the details about each board game bundle will be listed in the description below so that you know what the board game bundle has, what number it is essentially itemized as, and how much that bundle is. Again, no added fees and no shipping. It's just the raw cost to you. And with all of that said, I sure hope you want these games. I hope you think they're good and interesting the same way I do. And again, so many of these games are games I love. I just already have a copy of them, or I've played through them already, and I want to share them with everybody else. So hopefully my games will find a home in your house, and they will become your games. And I will see you later. Bye, everybody.